Hi everyone, my name is Holly, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about some signs that show that you should DNF the book that you're reading. For those of you who don't know, DNF is short for did not finish. So I think we can all agree on that we are all drowning in a big TBR pile. Ugh, can someone help me please? And have too little time to read all of the books out there. Which brings us to the concept of DNFing books. I do it, you do it, let's face it. Sometimes we just don't have the time to read a book that we're just not enjoying. But recently I've been going through a DNF crisis, especially with review books. When is it okay to put a book down? If I'm over halfway through the book and I'm just not enjoying it, do I label that as DNF? Is it okay to put this book down if I'm only 10% into it? Should I rate the books that I didn't finish? What is life? At this point, I take a deep breath and tell myself to calm down. Okay, it's actually not as bad as that. The most important question to me is it worth it to put this book down? I know a lot of reviewers who just start reading a book and they can only get 10% into it and they just can't read it anymore. Be it because the writing or an annoying main character. When that happens to me, I just end up not rating it because it's just a not my cup of tea situation. And chances are that it'll probably be good for someone else. So I don't want my extremely biased opinion to affect someone else's decision on picking up that book. The next tier I go to is 20%. This is normally when I just suck it up, even if I didn't enjoy that 10%, and try to forge through it. But if it's just unbearable, I make myself put it down. I also think that I stop near 20% of a book because it's still near the beginning and I'm not totally invested into the plot yet, and I normally have a good feel on where the story is heading, and I'm not a fan of it. So here are some signs that show that you should DNF that book. Frequent glancing at the page number or percentage. Oh, I'm only on page 56. Oh, alright. Okay, what page am I on now? 58? Ugh. Sighing and yawning throughout. Oh man. Finding my attention drawn to other things. Ooh, pizza. Making excuses to put down the book. This book broke my nail. This book smells weird. This book is giving me hand indentations. Picking up my phone to complain about the book to my friends. Well, mostly my boyfriend, let's be honest. I don't have any friends. Oh my gosh, I have to tell them that this book is the most horrible book ever. I need to screenshot this sentence. It is unbearable. Finding myself scrolling through Twitter or Instagram, that's a big one. Bookstagram? Oh, Bookstagram. You are so beautiful. Complaining about the book, normally through GIFs on Twitter or Goodreads. But the next step for me is getting to about 50% of the book. After the story gets rolling and I get used to the writing style of the author, I can normally read it pretty quickly, no matter how cringeworthy it can be. But I start getting bored once again if things get really boring and nothing is happening within the first half of the book. People always say that even if you're bored, you need to keep trucking through because, hey, what if something huge happens and it gets really interesting? Well, I have a problem with that. But at the same time, it's a review book, so I might as well forge on through, right? Which brings us to the next topic. With each review, I try my best to give the best feedback I can about the book. So it would definitely benefit me more if I force myself to finish the book. But if I'm really feeling that the book isn't quite clicking with me, then it's time to put it to rest. Here's what I think. If I take a long time to figure out if I should continue on with a book or not, then chances are that I'm not invested in it and my time can be used better reading a different book. Even if it's an arc your publishers want a review that is full of honesty. Another point I want to make is that the less strict you are about DNFing books, the more you can do it which leads to more reading better things. So those are a few points that I consider to myself whether or not to finish a book. In the end, reading is supposed to be fun, and if I'm suffering while reading, then there's obviously something not right. So tell me down below, what are your thoughts about DNFing books? What are some common reasons that you don't finish? Or are you the type of reader that needs to finish the book to know what happens in the end? Because I would love to know. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up because it helps me out so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and until we meet again, happy reading.